And Sanders here. Good morning to you. Did you follow all the steps? Still not make money? I hear that a lot. I hear people say, well, I followed this guru or that guru, or I bought this course or that course, or this program or that program, and I followed the steps and I didn't make money. How come, right? And I understand that. When I got started in this business, uh, I bought a lot of little $5 and $10, $20 things at the time. This was way back. They were sold with little 1 inch or 2 inch ads. You'd send in your money and they'd send it to you in the mail, right? And typically it was a really crappy booklet. And there wasn't really in them a lot to learn, but maybe a little bit. And I'd take and try to do what I was taught, what I was supposed to do, because I didn't really know that much what I was doing. And yeah, it didn't make money, right? It just did not really make money. And so I want to talk about that today and a little system that you can use to make sure that you're making money. So step number one, or idea one, is you don't need hacks, you need like a roadmap. Because a lot of these things a lot of what I bought when I got started, like one of them that I actually benefited from, but the whole idea in it, I paid $10 for it. And the idea was you get 90% commission if you resold it. And I thought, wow, that sounds really great. And there's lots of testimonials. So I bought it. Like the whole gist of the report was sell something and give people 90% of the profit. That's not like a roadmap. That's like a hack, right? Or I see things sold every day on different platforms, and they fall in that category of, I don't know if the right word for them is hacks or uh, they're just really things that they're not a complete picture. They're not a roadmap. It's like, oh, do this little trick or just do this little, go to this one place and just do this little hacker trick and send traffic to it. And you're going to make all this money. Of course, you try it and you never get, if you get any visitors, they're not worth the digital eons or whatever they're written on. So, you don't end up making a freaking dime, and it's frustrating. So step number one is, and this is tempting because everyone wants something that looks and sounds easy, right? I mean, it's just when you're a beginner, that's what you want. Hey, Christian, how are you doing? Um, see if I can show your comment there. Hey, Jim, good morning, sir. How are you? um, so that's step number one, is stop looking for like the easy solution or there are shortcuts, but the shortcuts aren't like these like little hacky things, right? The shortcut is you have a roadmap and you follow the system, you follow the roadmap. And we're going to talk about what that roadmap is here, but I'll lay it out for you. But that's the first step. Number one is just don't expect a simple little thing. It's just a 3-step thing, and all you do is you just post this little free thing over here, and you just duplicate this page that we give you and hook it up to PayPal, and money's going to be flowing in day and night. And no, dog, it just don't. It doesn't. You know. Now I did those things when I got started. I mean, I bought a thing, and I broke even on. I sold $12,000 and I spent $12,000. The idea was you would run these ads for this little report on how to buy cars at auctions for cheap, and you'd run it in these thrifty nickel shoppers, and people would call up, they'd hear this answering machine message, you'd leave their name and address, you'd ship the book out to them COD. The problem was 50% of them wouldn't stick, and it just, in the end of the day, uh, it just didn't work. So Christian, Jim, I know you all have probably seen these kinds of things. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's go on to step two. Step number two is prioritize free. Now, this may sound a little bit crazy, but I'm actually jazzed about this. In August, I think 16, Alex Hormozi has his third book coming out. He has a series of $100 million books, $100 million offers, $100 million leads. His next book out, the first part of it, and he leaked a chapter of it, is about just using free offers. He's like, every business he ever built, and when he takes over companies in his portfolio of companies, he leads with a irresistible free offer. And I got to tell you, this this idea in today's market, I believe, is really dynamite. I'm just going to give you an example. I have a lot of products, and I just realized today that, like, I have a friend who promotes his newsletter. Paul Myers promotes his Talk Biz newsletter. He can use more subscribers as anyone with a freaking newsletter can use more subscribers. So what's the big idea? I give him my product because he writes a newsletter. He's not really a product creator. I give him one of my really, really, really high value products and just tell him he can just give this away. David, what's up, dog? How are you, sir? He just gives this. David's this monster marketer over in Thailand. If you don't know David Kavanaugh, you should look him up. If you ever go over to Thailand, you need to go to one of his seminars. He's just a huge marketer over there and a beast from the stage. I heard him. I was speaking over in Gold Coast, Australia, and David was there. I think he closed every person in this huge audience. David is like a beast at platform sales. So anyway, see if I can go. So free. So I realized I can take my friend and have him give away an actual product that's worth $100 to his people when they subscribe to his Talk Biz newsletter. All I'm going to get out of it's an opt-in. I'm not going to try to sell them anything. They're just going to opt into my list. But that brings people into my list. I realized, hey, I could probably do this with a lot of people. So a free offer. What can you offer that's not, your typical freebies suck. Let's be honest. Somewhere along the way, there was this quote hacky idea that you didn't need this really great lead magnet. You could just use a checklist. You could just use something simple and actionable was the buzzword. And that does work. I'm not going to say it doesn't work, but you don't really create much reciprocity with it. Okay, they get this little crappy checklist, they get this little crappy little 5-page report, and there's no reciprocity, but you don't get any viral action from it. I'm going to give you the exact opposite. So a lady named Maria Went really gets this. Very sharp marketer on Instagram, a huge Instagram marketer. And she gives away an 80-page report on how she built her Instagram business using free organic traffic. And it does insane. She gives another one that's about the same length on how to run how to run Instagram ads. And it's literally like an 80-page. Now, you don't have to write an 80-page report. The point Alex makes is you need some kind of free offer that's going to bring a lot of people to you. And if your freebie that you got right now isn't bringing a lot of people to you, you need a better freebie. You need a stronger freebie. You got to up the value of it. Now, this is kind of like a revelation because typically I hear people in groups be like, well, I got a freebie, a lead magnet. Nobody ever wants it. Nobody ever requests it. Well, that's because it sucks. Like it's just not enough because they know they're going to get emails from you. They know the gig. You got to have a free offer that like makes people like Maria's 80-page report. They stand up and take attention. Wow. Right. Or, I mean, I've seen people there was a guy named Doug Bofton. I believe that's his name. Bought. Really brilliant marketer. He's over on School. If you know School, the School platform that Sam and Alex run, and Sam Evans and Alex Hermosi. And so what Doug did when he started out, he had lost his job or something. He didn't have anything going, but he borrowed money to go to the ClickFunnels event. What he did was he interviewed all the people there about how they were making money with their ClickFunnels, right? And he took this and he put these interviews into this big product. It had like 20 or 30 interviews with people on how they were making money with ClickFunnels. And that became his freebie, and he gave that away to and everybody like went bananas over this freebie. It was just this fantastic freebie. And his list blew up literally to like 20,000 people in 6 weeks or something like that. It caught on, it went viral, and it blew up. So the point is, step number 2 is to respect the value of free and put a really great free offer out there. Now, step number 3, for me personally, what I did was I began offering a big commission to affiliates, and I really recommend it. I just had affiliates. I have affiliate maybe promoting me today. I had affiliate promote me this week. Paul Myers did, and I have other affiliates promote me, and I just really recommend it. It's just really a great way, to get people to promote your products, and you get a commission out of the deal, right? So can't recommend it too highly. You only pay when you make a sale, and it's not difficult to put this together. It's really not, So I really recommend it. So that's step three is use the power of affiliate marketing. What's the best platform to sell products on? Let's see who asked that. Uh, Gosh, dog, I can't see the thing's not big enough here. I can't see your, oh, McFlash. McFlash, how are you? Um, you know, there is no best platform to sell your products on. I currently use Warrior Plus. I love Warrior Plus for one reason, is because they do a real good job of screening out scammers who take advantage of anybody who's selling products on the platform. If they really do a lot of chargebacks or crap like that, or they're a serial refunder, they will knock them off the platform. The challenge when you're selling, let's say you sign up with Samcart, which is a great service. A lot of big marketers use Samcart or ClickFunnels. Same with ClickFunnels. The problem is there's no network, and so when people buy, they could be a chargeback king, and there's nothing screening them out because there's no network. Right now, you can use Stripe Radar and things that helps, but which is service from Stripe, but but I pay a lot. You pay like I don't know what commission I pay. I pay a lot of commission to use Warrior Plus, but that's the main reason I use it. I don't like their shopping cart, their checkout. Like Samcart is a superior checkout. ClickFunnels superior checkout. There's also, a lot of them. Carter's got a really great checkout. I think even there's a bunch of really good checkouts out there. Probably the best checkout, to be honest. Forgive me, Russell, but probably the best right now with the most features is Samcart, because that's all it is basically it's a shopping cart, right? And that so they just now there's Thrive Cart, but the problem with all of those, they don't screen out. I'm going to give you one example of this. So I put an offer up using my ClickFunnels account. I have a ClickFunnels account. I put it up there, and I had 3 OTOs. Somebody bought all the OTOs and then immediately refunded all 3 of the OTOs. They got them, they downloaded them, and then they refunded them because there was nothing there screening them out. That wouldn't happen, in my opinion, likely happen some, but it would be likely to happen on Warrior Plus, because if they did that to anyone and they really scam somebody, they would just be knocked out of the system. They would just, right? They wouldn't be able to buy again, or probably, right? So that's what I got to say about that, McFlash. So on the affiliate program, also Warrior Plus is a really nice, robust affiliate program with a leaderboard, nice features, right? And a big pool of affiliates and a top 10 list daily. It's got some nice features to it, right? Okay. In any event, but you can use anything for the affiliate program. You can use anything for your shopping cart. They all work. There's just a little bit more risk of chargebacks and refunds. Step number 4 is, and this is the one that I think people struggle with. I struggle with it sometimes. Is you gotta really put intentionality into promoting your products. A lot of people, they don't understand why they're not selling, but the reason they're not selling is there's no intentionality there. In other words, yesterday was Monday, so I looked at what I needed to sell this week, and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to sell this week. I'm like, okay, that's quite a bit, right? And so I have to put intentionality behind selling my products this week and getting my message out there, and building my list. You gotta push out. And a lot of people, they just spend all their time creating products, and then they don't understand why anybody doesn't buy them. There's this lie out there. I have some disagreements with a few very high profile people in this business who are they're like, it's all about the product. If you have a great product, it's just all about the product. And it's not all about the product, because the best product doesn't win. If that was true, there would be other coffee shops that would be all over the place and ubiquitous instead of Starbucks, because Starbucks is not the best coffee shop, in my opinion, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not, the environment is just, it's kind of sterile. It's designed to make you not stay there too long, right? So the best product doesn't win. The best promoted product typically wins. Now, I'm not an advocate of poor products, because it matters for loyalty, word of mouth, repeat business, and so forth. But you can't spend all your time creating products. You've got to spend part of your time with the intentionality of getting sales. I intend to get sales this week. I intend to build my list. This is what I'm going to do. This is my plan of action, right? And most people never do that. All right. And then I think step number 5, and this is my belief system. I believe in being prolific. Like some people don't believe in being prolific. They believe, create one product and advertise the living daylights out of it, sell $1 million, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you've got a product that will monetize that way, that's great. But the truth is, most people aren't going to have a product like that their first time out. Most people who do that, they already spent 10 years creating and selling products. They don't tell you that. So yeah, they're able to do that with ads because they've had 10 years of experience in creating and selling products and monetizing them and OTOs and upsells and back end and email marketing. Well, most people ain't got that. And so, I believe in being prolific. Now, you can be prolific with your promotion, absolutely. Be prolific in product creation. I just believe, and I'll give you an example of this. I was with Joe Vitale from The movie The Secret, for a year in a mastermind that he invited me to for free. I didn't pay. He was awesome dude. And it was mostly his employees. And what struck me about Joe was that he puts the word action in the word attraction, the law of attraction, right? He's like, the law of attraction is the word action in it. Joe's always putting out new promotions, getting interviewed for movies. He's interviewed for more movies than you can believe, like all kinds of self-development movies. He putting innovative new products out there, coaching programs. I mean, the man, I was impressed. I'm like, Joe, dog, man, you do a lot more than I had any idea that you do. And he's prolific, right? He's prolific. Have I heard of WHOP, the Digital Products Marketplace? I have heard of it, haven't checked it out, haven't really needed or wanted to check it out, to be honest. But that doesn't mean it's not a great marketplace for you. You know, no one person can try out everything in this business, test out everything, do everything. You just can't, right? So no, I haven't been on WAP, but that doesn't mean it's not great. That doesn't mean it's not great. I just, I've been pretty happy with what I do and how I do it, right? But yeah, you got to find a platform that you love or that you like and that you can live with and that you feel that provides the benefits for whatever the fees are, right? So anyway, I believe in being prolific, and like the poster boy for being prolific is Joe Vitale. Like during the pandemic, I was with him during the pandemic, part of it. During the pandemic, he came out with, I believe, 3 books. He wrote 3 books during the pandemic and launched them. 3. Like the guy's a beast. In fact, I gave him an idea for a book called Money, because he's always talking about the money loves speed. I'm like, Joe, you should write a book like that. So he had a speaking gig over in Saudi Arabia. On the flight home, he had written the book, published it. You'll see it on Amazon. Money Loves Speed, Joe Vitale. He wrote that on the plane coming back from Saudi Arabia or United Arab something. I don't know. He's over there somewhere. May have been Iran. I think he spoke in Iran. So anyway, I'm glad he's not speaking there now. Yeah, right. So these are the things that people don't really teach you or talk about. They're not hacky. But now I have a complete roadmap to what I do. It is called the Info Empire. And if you go to resellertoolkit.com/Info Empire, this is my complete system. Now it's not $10. This is a more premium product, but it's my whole system for creating, packaging, selling, delivering, and make a living in the info products business. That's resellertoolkit.com/Info Empire. What other questions? Do we have any other questions here, guys? How are you doing? What's up? Anything from the rest of you? How are you doing? I don't know who's still on now. All right. All right, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all joining me today. David, McFlash, everyone that was here, Jim, thank you for joining me today. And listen, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on another live stream sometime.